Yo, welcome back to more Made in Abyss episode 8. So last time, we finally were able to learn the full truth of things. Olsen was testing them, and yeah, it was kind of mentioned to me, shout out to Contrary on Patreon, that the whole kind of like testing trope in other shows can come off kind of corny and gimmicky, but yeah, it definitely came off well here. I believe that Olsen was the kind of person to do something like that, just how merciless she is, and even the level that she went to during the test. Like, you can, to even call it a test at that point is like funny. But yeah, man, that was great, you know, revealing that she does believe Liza's okay because she dug up the grave herself and nothing was there. So yeah, because basically testing them to see if they can even make it further, because the second layer where they're at is already like super dangerous. Even setting them on this survival test right now, the survival training, it's going to be difficult probably as we get into this here, let alone to imagine like the third layer and the fourth layer and descending even further. Like, Ozen obviously can't in good conscience let them go further on, like just to die, right? That's what would happen if they weren't prepared and just kept going, and they are going to keep going. Rico's so determined, and Rico and Reg need each other. Yeah, I know they're gonna do well with this survival thing here, but yeah, big shout out to Ozen. Like, I'm so curious about the pacing of this. Like, the fact that we're still in the second layer and, you know, now we're doing this training thing, it makes sense. I'm happy they are, because you have to like pay some respect to the idea that it is going to be that dangerous as they proceed. So I'm glad they're like taking some time to let them get stronger, for Reg to learn about like his weakness, as he heard from Ozen about using his incinerator, which after 10 minutes he'll just pass out for 2 hours, and then in that point obviously Rico is super screwed if he doesn't destroy or kill like whatever's trying to kill them when he uses it. So learning to survive without that, and just learning how to be stronger surviving. So yeah, I'm glad they're doing that, but yeah, I'm super curious how this is going to play out for the rest of the season and then leading into the movie. So yeah, pretty nuts. But anyway, we're gonna see how this goes, so let's go. Beginning the episode in 3, 2, 1. So cool. They need it, man. It's really as bad. They need this. Right. Big weakness. You need some Megumin training to use it more efficiently. Excuse me. Oh man. Here they go. So yeah, we always start with a recap and a little bit of narration from Liza, it sounds like. It's still so adorable that this is a duet. These two precious kids. So good. Oh man. Let's go. Good start. I don't know if that's... Hmm. I don't trust glowing. Yeah, it's very pretty, but... Is that water? I guess they're just bugs. Oh. Oh, okay. And they're the ones shining the light. Only on clean water, okay. Uh... they're clearing from the center. Something's coming up. Yikes. Of course, something had to live in the clean water. Thank you, Reg. Oh. It won't leave the water. Anyway. God, what a trap. But you got some. Alright. Building a shelter. Making fire. Oh no, yeah, there you go. Sick. Now's the fire. Rico's got her survival skills. Uh-huh. Except creatures that like it. Yikes. Oh, God. Insect repelling plants. Well, we learned something. Day 3. Holy shit. Hey, what? Oh, it's this. Okay, this guy. He's keeping watch. That sound effect was intense. You shouldn't lose each other. Oh no. That's a fair point. It's like leader's test. It's their way of caring as fellow people of the abyss. Hmm. You. We know what that is. Covered in pheromones. Oh god. Uh-huh. Okay. You do that with your poop trap. Alright. Drew him in. Still so crazy how they're drawn. Blinded. Now Reg. Nice. Hiding in the tree. Oh shit. Nice. Wow. But together. Yeah. They balance each other out. Mm-hmm. Thinking of Liza. Yeah. Oh God. Oh man. Torka. Married. Oh God. Well, I guess we know Rico's dad. Uh. Oh goodness. Oh my God. That's so fucked. God. Hmm. Came back to life. Couldn't ignore it. Relax. Well, you do have a strong sense of duty, but who is she talking to? I like getting into Ozen's thoughts. He was really close with Liza, really cared for her. 10 days. They're back, hand in hand. Super tired. Night night. 10 days in the wilderness. I bet it feels like that. Hmm. Yeah. You did it. Hodgepodge stew. Hell yeah. That's a different pattern than when it glowed before. I wonder what triggers them. Go ahead. Yeah, you didn't put on muscle. I guess there you go. Mechanical. That's a terrifying saying, but true, I guess. In the fifth layer. God, can't imagine. Holy shit. That is a rare steak. Ended up there for months. God. Yeah, I'm sure there's some living down there. Huh. Hmm. God, who knows? I think she has the bell. A few years at the bottom. I think there's a good chance she's okay. And an equally good chance she's not. I don't know. Oh boy. Oh. Don't bump into white whistles. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh gosh. They're still down there. What's become of them? Okay, so that's what it is. He's not kind like I am. Yeah, I believe it. You had that coming. Oh. Uh-huh. I wonder who wrote that. Not her handwriting, right? Isn't even paper. It's written on a relic. It can't be ripped. She tried to rip it. Huh. What could be waiting down there? It's gonna be something crazy, like Attack on Titan level type twist. Ooh. That's nice. Blaze Reap. Everlasting pickaxe. Oh. Now it's yours. Damn. Excuse me. A few more times, huh? Hmm. Please. Nice. Now Rico has a weapon. Okay. What you got? Okay. Yeah. The device to traverse the fifth layer C. Whoa. That's crazy. So much to see, man. Nothing back. It's good. It's very good. Ooh, and here they go. No, that's fine. She has given you everything you need. Oh, Marok. I don't know if they'll ever see her again. Oh my goodness. Let alone people back home. But take care. We'll remember this. Hmm. That's real. I can't imagine. That's gotta suck. Ah, Maruk. Stay connected by the abyss. Don't you worry. We're the protagonists. Until more memories come back. Huh. Wow, that's funny. Leader. Jiruo is his name. Oh, Ozen even gave him an invitation. Or been killed. Oh, right. Jesus. That's true. So she entrusted him to protect her. That's her daughter. Not enough. The most priceless of all. Oh. If she stayed with her all that. Wow. Really? Huh. An urge to see the bottom. And this is right before she left for it. Oh my god. Oh my god. To tell her. That's right. Wow. The truth. God, her hair is insane. How much of a miracle. Wow. Do it yourself. And she did. Good job, Ozen. How irredeemable. That's what Liza said, and that's also what Reg says. But Reg hasn't ever heard them say it before, yet he also says that. Hmm. Hmm. Anyway, down to the third layer we go. Oh, yikes. This is the cliff one, right? To jump? Oh, God. Jesus. Great fault. How do you even traverse this, dude? You gotta go all along the edges. That is ridiculous. Hopefully that pickaxe comes in handy here. Down we go. Hidarite, boku no migi te o. No, Rico, you dropped your... Oh, God. See the star compass there. And all these other relics they come across, I guess. Yeah, that umbrella. Till they reach the flowers. On the 4th layer, I guess. Maybe by the end of the 1st season, that's where we end up, the 4th layer. They are there. Interesting, they're like shown in different spots there. That's weird. Alright, down to the 3rd layer they go. Shout out to Ozen. Doing her best for them. It's good that they took some time to prepare. I mean, the survival training itself, like, compared to like what they've gone through, like, make sure they ran into some monsters, they came across situations where they had to hunt, had to just, you know, survive, like she said. Just more experience surviving in a deeper level of the abyss than they're used to, which is good. But I think it also like drove home that they have to work together, because we saw how much they were struggling when they were separated at one point. But together, like by the end, they were able to overcome it. That's definitely the vibe I've been getting from this show. They need to stick together this whole time. I have a feeling that's building up to a point where they're probably going to be separated. Hopefully not by like some internal strife, like where they have a misunderstanding and someone's angry at someone and they separate, and then even if they regret it, it's like too late. I don't know. It might come down to something like that. I hope not, because otherwise, like, I think they'll be okay as long as they're together. They're gonna face a lot of dangerous shit. Like, who knows what's in this 3rd layer? That is like another abyss in the abyss. It's just a cliff like down. I guess they have to traverse like the edges poking out. I mean, a bunch of white whistles have gone down before. I'm sure there's some kind of pathing or way to get down, clearly. So yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine. But yeah, shout out to Ozen. It was nice to see more of her memories, and like whenever the old man mentioned like them depending on one another, like they each have the things that they're good at, but together they're really good. And hearing that, thinking of her and Liza, because her and Liza definitely had like a certain dynamic. They were friends, and she cared for her. Seeing her in her depressive state, like after her husband, you know, the father of Rico, died. God, it's crazy how we just saw him like so briefly, and then he was just dead. Like he succumbed to the abyss, which is probably just super common. But also Rico being stillborn before resurrecting within the relic. Like her just harshly saying, if that dummy and you didn't, this didn't happen, then she would have been back to her normal self. Like, hate seeing her like that, which is, you know, understandable as her friend. A big fucked up. But you know, even with noticing that Rico resurrected, of course she wasn't going to ignore that or like pretend like she wasn't there. Like she values at least Rico's importance to Liza enough to honor like the agreement that Liza made her make, which is if she also like goes on a mission of no return, like down to the bottom, and you come across her, can you tell her that, whether she's an undead corpse? Yeah. And that's and of the miracle that allowed her to live and all the amazing adventures she'll have. And obviously Ozen didn't say that part, but you know, it's true. It's interesting that Liza, it's a bit fucked up, but like Liza acknowledging that if she were to stay with Rico, because she could have, like they acknowledged that as an option. She didn't have to go on her journey to the bottom, but as who she is as a cave raider, she had that itch. She had to, and the way she saw it was also like, if she didn't leave, then Rico wouldn't have the opportunity to do the same, to become a cave raider, probably because she wouldn't let her. And given that the orphans are the ones who end up doing that kind of work, she probably just would have lived a normal life. And so would Liza. So Liza didn't want to deny Rico the chance to, I guess, to be the same way, which we see Rico, she is fascinated with being a cave raider and relics, and like she loves it. Like she is her mother's daughter, basically. There is so much in common between them there, but also in a bit of a selfish way for herself, right? Being like, I gotta go. this is what I need to do. I need to reach the bottom. But you know, if she ever comes across you, you know, do that for her, and she did. Luckily, Ozen had that sense of obligation to do so. So shout out to her, man. Ozen's is legit, super badass, super cruel. Or I won't say cruel, just abrasively honest and sometimes violent. But she's great, man. I'm gonna miss her, man. Her and Marok. It's a bit like I don't expect Rico and Reg to come across many more kind people to this point. After this point, I mean, there's like another character in the outro that I've been seeing, so that's probably gonna be the one. But as far as like characters like Ozen and Marok, it's bittersweet, you know. Marok even saying like, part of me is wishing that he would come back, and after saying it was impossible, right? Just kind of wishing that they wouldn't continue on their journey to the bottom, so they could just stay. But yeah, because who knows if they'll ever even see them again. I guess the idea is that they won't, because they're on a journey of no return to the bottom. Like that itself, like they're just gonna keep going. Like they're not gonna come back. The curse itself won't let them anyway, right? So it's like, this is what they're gonna do. Like Rico said, you know, connected by the abyss. So just gotta keep going. And they're the protagonists. I'm sure they're gonna make it. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I've yet to see a series where it's like, oh yeah, by the end of it, the protagonists just fail. They don't make it, and they leave like questions unanswered, and that's it. I guess the reason that hasn't happened is because that's terrible. Like, that's a terrible way to end it. But it'd be like very ballsy to have Rico and Reg fail in their mission to reach the bottom. Or it could come to a point like I thought was going to happen like an episode or two ago, where I thought they were going to shift the objective entirely to them going to the bottom to something else. Maybe just focusing solely on Reg's question of like where he comes from and who he is and what he is, right? So yeah, we're gonna see. I think by the end of this first season, I predict that they'll probably get to the 4th layer, given there's so much focus on Liza's fondness of it, of the flower bed that is down there in particular, and I guess the one that the grave ended up being on, where she retrieved her pick that she was able to pass to Rico, which, you know, rightfully hers at this point. There's only a couple uses left on it, but I'm sure it's going to serve her well. A weapon besides the incinerator. That's going to be very nice. So I expect they're probably going to reach that point by the end of this season. And maybe the movie covers like them going to the 5th layer. I could see that. And then whenever, if there's like a season 2 or whatever at some points, whenever more content comes out for this series, once I reach the end of this for now, I will be waiting along with everyone else, because I'm quite enjoying this, and I'm sure there's so much more for even me to see, of course, from this first season. I hear like amazing things from everyone about this show, so I know I've seen nothing yet. So I so look forward to it. But yeah, other than that, there are a couple things to keep in mind, like even Ozen noticing how it was creepy. Immediately, whenever Rico as a baby was let out of the vessel, immediately crawling toward the abyss. So I guess of course they could have predicted that Rico would end up having the same ambition as her mother, and I guess why Liza was like confident that, you know, there's a possibility there that Rico, in choosing what she wanted to do, would end up going that route. In fact, I'm sure she did expect it. But yeah, because Ozen mentioning before that for some reason anything that's alive or gets like given life within that relic in the vessel, for some reason crawls towards the abyss, like towards its center, towards like the bottom. I don't know what's the deal with that, why that's like a side effect of it. It could be just part of its power. The fact that it can like restore life is pretty insane. That such a power is tied probably so innately to the abyss itself is probably just like, if what is giving you life is the power of the abyss itself, it's not really a wonder why whatever is resurrected would be drawn to it, right? So that would make sense. Another thing is like Leader, you know, from back home, obviously we knew was Liza's apprentice, but was left, how do I say this, Liza left like Rico in his care. I guess they might have said that before as well. But we also learned that Ozen even gave him an invitation. Like, yeah, dude is he's super badass. We haven't seen any of his abilities. We know he had like, you know, the purple whistle, which we also saw on the corpse of the one that the fucking corpse seekers were eating. Corpse Weeper, excuse me. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still wondering about that because how many cave raiders have purple whistles, dude? Like, that's still, I'm still upset about that. I'm like, and then it never got addressed because I don't think Rico and Reg noticed in the heat of the moment, right? Of course, you just saw someone was dead there. It was a man. It kind of looked like him, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to go back, and I won't go back because I don't want to do that. But yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, anyway. Forget I said that. We'll just leave that alone for now. It's nothing. It's fine. But yeah, apparently he must be like super badass. Of course, not only to be in such a leadership position so young, but that even Ozen wanted to get him as well. But you know, he preferred Liza, so that was pretty good. The whole irredeemable word that we've seen Liza use, that Ozen was using, seemingly like in reference to Liza, and that Reg was saying before he even learned about Liza seeing him or anything. Like, he just said it, right? It was like, and that has to be like an instinctual thing that just. But they did kind of confirm before that they made contact with Reg. Like, Ozen was kind of implying that, oh, if we had just abandoned Rico and not stopped bringing her back, I could have taken that child for myself. And I guess maybe referring to Reg, because it sounded like they made contact, especially with Reg ending up being close to the surface. You know, these are things we've talked about, like as far as events lining up possibly. Now the timeline of that doesn't really make sense considering when they got back, it was many years later, you know, 10 years later, where Rico is where she's at now, and then Reg saved her. So the timing of that doesn't really add up. But I don't even know what time is in this show anymore, because like even Ozen was talking about the passing of time in the abyss being like shorter at a deeper level than on the surface, and we also know about the bell that stops time, is what they said, right? So it's like, I don't know, certain things could be made possible here just by like things they've mentioned that have not been confirmed or addressed yet. I don't know, but that's kind of where we're at now. Regardless of all that nonsense I'm talking, we're in the third layer now, so yeah, we'll see how they handle it and what's going to happen to them now, you know. Godspeed, man. We're going deeper and deeper. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any thoughts on the episode or anything to say, as always, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, if you want early access to more of my Made in Abyss reactions, I am 3 episodes ahead on Patreon. So in the link in my description for $5 if you want to get immediate early access to the next 3 episode reactions to this show. Want to support the channel. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I so very appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day or night. I'll see you next time. Peace.